Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. It's going to be a bit of a short one, a bit of an update. Basically, I am moving some isopods into Diego's tank. But before I do that, I thought I'd give you an update. I feel like you don't see these ones as often as the orange ones, and these are the ones I'm probably going to move into his tank. So let's take a closer look at their setup. I would just like to say I apologise if you hear any outdoor sounds or wind or anything. It's a lovely hot day here, but I need that window open a little bit, not only for myself but for the animals, so you might hear some stuff. But anyway, so this is the tank, the setup. It doesn't look that fancy, but it has a lot of wood lice in it, lots of babies. So basically we had tons of baby tears. It had overgrown, and sort of down the sides it was sort of dying off. So I thought, what better to do than to feed this to the isopods. Now, if you didn't know, I believe these are powder blue ones. I don't think they came with that specific name when I got them, but everyone tells me they are the powder blue ones. You can sort of see them. They are living well in here, breeding well in here. We do have little tufts here of what looks like mould. This comes off of the custodian fuel. And when I did ask Arcadia about it, they said it's like sort of like a soup that the isopods will eventually just eat up. So I've never known it to cause a problem. They have this coconut where oh look, just squished it, but basically this is the exoskeleton that I completely squished, but that had been shedded off. But yeah, so we got lots in here, lots of babies. They're doing well, and we're going to take a few and move them into Diego's tank. I have opened that window a little bit more because it is getting really warm, so sorry if you can hear anything. But where we left off with Diego's tank, I still didn't know where he was going to the toilet. I have since discovered that he's going to the toilet in the corner behind his like big rock where his stack of slate is. Basically the most awkward place to remove that poop. Now, obviously with a cleanup crew, one of their jobs is to get rid of that, and someone told me that the springtails in there will get rid of the poop eventually, but not the pee bit. So I'm kind of hoping the isopods do that. I would ideally want him to go to the toilet somewhere else, so if there was too much of it I could take some of that away, but I'm hoping these guys are going to survive in there, because I actually haven't seen the springtails in ages. As I've said in the videos, they might live deep in the soil. As you go further down it's more moist. I'm not sure how the woodlice are going to work out, but I'm going to set up an area of slightly higher humidity where hopefully they'll be able to thrive. And to do that, I'm going to be using some of this. Now this is the original bag I bought absolutely ages ago. There's still a little bit in there and it always stays moist. Very good. If you want some like moss, it isn't particularly like pretty looking. I mean, it looks a bit like that, but it's good stuff and the isopods like it. So we're going to sort out an area downstairs for the isopods. I probably will film it but not do the audio over it because I am still quarantined with my entire family and they are loud. So that should be interesting. So I'm just setting some up in here. I'm not putting in many. One, because they might just die out. Hopefully not. I'm hoping it's humid enough that they do survive, but equally Diego might eat them. So, you know, the odds are not in their favour, but we're hoping for the best. And like with my other geckos tanks, I only usually add in a few to begin with and then they just breed like crazy. So we shall see. I also decided to use these ones instead of the orange ones because I figured they might actually blend in a bit more. Diego might not eat them. Now we got a few babies in there, we got a few adults. I'm going to add in a few more adults I think, and then we'll take them downstairs. So it'd actually been about 2 weeks since I last filmed and I went to check and none of the poop had gone. It actually started to build up and instinctively I wanted to remove it. However, to get this ecosystem going I thought, do I have to leave it? Now, I hadn't really seen woodlice out and about in the tank, so I went to investigate, and the moss on the outside was dry, so that wasn't a good sign. But actually, when I removed that, and I removed that little cork flap, the moss underneath that had kept its moisture, and not only did I find isopods, but I also saw springtails. So maybe I need to expand this area a little bit, but it does go to show they're still living in here. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, as far as I'm aware, Diego isn't eating woodlice, but I can't verify that for sure. Like, he hides out in the daytime a lot. He could very well be eating them. But what I've decided to do, because since this footage, it's been another week and the poop still hasn't gone and I don't want it building up, is I'm going to move that poop near where the woodlice live. My idea behind this is sometimes when you keep moving the poop, the gecko starts to realise, actually, this is where I'm going to go to the loo. And I kind of figured then Diego could deliver it to their door, in a sense. Gross, but like freshly delivered to the cleanup crew, and maybe we can get this ecosystem flowing and he won't keep pooping in that corner. So only time will tell if this will really work. But this is sort of where I am in terms of Diego's tank and his cleanup crew. Now, of course, if you have any tips for me, let me know below. But thank you for watching, guys, and goodbye.